Welcome to Lesson 5, the Favorite Twitter Searches app. Now, most of you are probably familiar with the Twitter website and the ability to send short text messages via Twitter, but you may or may not be familiar with Twitter's search capabilities, which are a great way to stay up to date with various trends that are happening around the world. For example, we use the Twitter search capabilities to see what people are saying about our books, our video products, and about us in general. Now, in this app, we're going to allow you to store your favorite Twitter searches by typing in the Twitter search and a tag name, a short tag name that will be displayed within the app. And then you'll simply be able to touch the tag whenever you want to do that search, and we will transition that search over to the browser that's built into the Android operating system, and we will show the search results by asking the Twitter website to give us the search results for the particular query that you specified. Now, many of you are familiar with how small the keyboards can be on today's smartphone devices, so one of the reasons we developed this app is so that you wouldn't have to type complex searches over and over again. Now, as part of this app, we're going to be introducing the concept of buttons in Android and show you how to respond to button events. We'll use a so-called scroll view in this app to provide a scrollable area where we will display not only the tag name for each of the searches that you create, but also buttons for manipulating those searches. So, for example, we allow you to edit an existing search and save it back into the file associated with the app. As part of storing information in this app, we're going to be using the built-in shared preferences capabilities of Android, which allow you to store key value pairs in a file associated with your app. And in particular, our key value pairs will be the short tag names that we give to the searches and the searches themselves. So each tag name will be associated with its corresponding search in a shared preferences file. Now, this is also important for part of your activity lifecycle handling, which we'll talk more about in this app. So, for example, in the middle of entering a new search into the app, the user could receive a phone call and go take that call and then come back to the app at a later point. And we might want to restore what the user was entering into the app at that point. And you can use shared preferences along with the activity lifecycle methods to help do that in Android. We're going to show you how to use a so-called shared preferences editor to perform modifications to a shared preferences file. We'll also introduce dialogues in this example, and in particular alert dialogues, which we can use to display information to the user, and we can also provide buttons in alert dialogues as well that allow the user to do things like dismiss the dialogue or answer a question that the dialogue might pose. We'll show you how to programmatically open a website in Android by launching the internal Android browser via something called an intent. And basically, Android has the ability to respond to intents by showing the user, for example, a list of all the apps that could respond to a given intent. We, in this case, will simply go ahead and display for you the browser, and we will pass the search over to the Twitter website, which will in turn return results that will get displayed inside the browser window. And then the user can return to the app by simply hitting the back button on the device. We'll also show you how to programmatically hide the soft keyboard in this app. So the soft keyboard that gets displayed on the screen of many smartphone devices occupies a large portion of the screen. When the user's done entering a search, we dismiss that keyboard programmatically so they can actually see the full list of tags that are displayed on the screen, and also so they can scroll through those tags as well. And then finally, at the end of this lesson, we are going to introduce the so-called Android manifest.xml file, which is how you configure your app to indicate, for example, which version of Android it's targeting, what versions it can also be used on, where you can also do things like request permissions to take advantage of various capabilities of your device as well. And we will continue to discuss the Android manifest file as we proceed through the many lessons in Android App Development Fundamentals Parts 1 and 2.